Welcome to Enchanted Tarot. This is for the sign of Cancer for the month of February. Now it is a general reading, and so of course that means it will not resonate with each and every one of you who are watching. If this doesn't sound like your story, check your moon sign or your rising sign. Your messages could be there. And if not, simply check back in the following week when I put out a new message for your sign. This love reading does include lessons. And the lessons are very important because they will help you to navigate your way through, to know what lessons you should be aware of, that you should be learning. So I will give you the past one that you should already be aware of. Your current one, you may or may not be aware of this one yet, and a future lesson that you will most likely be facing, which may or may not be connected to this situation. All right? So let us begin. First of all, above the reading, we have the Three of Fire. Now, this person looks like they are thinking of heading out on a journey. There could be huge obstacles standing in their way, or they are anticipating this. It could be that somebody has lost their direction and is seeking a way. This could also be about a sacrifice. So somebody could be thinking of making a sacrifice that they feel may be necessary here. So let's go to the center of the reading, and here we have the card of freedom and the braid. And so let's just get them in view here. Freedom. This is a card that indicates that you are feeling stuck, maybe trapped. You may be feeling there's no way out, and so this is why this card has appeared here. So you're seeking a way out of a situation. It's possible it may involve a sacrifice, and you could possibly be wondering if it is worth that or not. You may be looking at all of the little loose ends that you need to tie up with the braid here. You're feeling, with the card of freedom, very heavily burdened mentally, physically, emotionally, by troubles or a bad situation or the conditions that you are living in. There's a lot of anxiety here. You could be on a different belief system than your partner, or you're not of the same mind or of the same belief or opinion as someone. Or about something. There's definitely disagreements going on. You could be looking at something and trying to come up with a plan, and this plan very well could involve a sacrifice. So let's continue here. Oops. So this has to do with family. Okay, for sure, with the Four of Shields, this is a family gathering here, sitting down at the supper table. And so and she's looking at that, so she's looking at the family or at the union, and she's feeling stuck again with the Six of Swords. It's like she wanted to leave, but then it's like something or she hit a brick wall, or something dropped in the path to stop that from happening. The Hanged Man. So I feel that it was in suspension. I feel that she wanted to go, she or he, whoever this is. Like, I'm saying she because it's a female here, but I mean, the consequences of the decision to exit this bad situation will leave a lot of damage, okay, or cause a lot of damage. Or, I mean, it could be that this is somebody who could very well be a very hurting, a kind of like narcissistic. This could be the type of relationship this person is in, and needs to escape this situation in order to heal, with the elixir being here. Now I see that this is the next card, so this is interesting. So the elixir is about the health of a relationship, of a person. It can also speak to a relationship that is toxic. It is attending to something, or something needs attention. And so clearly she or he feels it needs attention, but is worried about the consequences of getting out. It's like she wants to get out, but feels like can't get out. Possibly could even feel threatened by this person. You know, here with the eel is something shocking that comes out of the dark. And maybe this is what fell in the path. Let's keep going. We see beneath the Eight of Wisdom, and the Eight of Wisdom is a card of learning something. So they learned, whoever this is, male or female, learned something. Something came out of the dark that was shocking, and had them perhaps reevaluating something. Some news that caused a huge blow up or an argument. Okay. Or this is why they're holding back, maybe waiting, because they know this news will cause a big blow up. What is heavily on your mind, or theirs, because these energies can be vice versa, is a decision about the future. A judgment call that somebody's going back and forth on. Holding back, afraid of what they can't see, or afraid of taking a risk. So, and it's funny, because what you can't see is actually the message on this card. It's very important about the unknown with the High Priestess. Thinking, planning, trying to come up with a plan, knowing that something needs to change. It has to change. Okay, so she has to decide what can stay and what can go, and it is their actions ultimately that determine the outcome of this situation. And they're feeling heavily burdened. So to stay or to go, and to stay in this relationship, maybe they feel guilted into staying. Maybe they feel less than, or this person makes them feel less than, because they're definitely that type of person. And then this is that woe is me type of energy. Things are not what they appear to be on the surface. And this could be even pretending to be happy when you're not, or having to, but beneath there's a lot of heartbreak. And so this needs to change. It needs, because you cannot continue this way. There's a lot of doubts about the future here with this card of this relationship with the Eight of Love, and this person is looking at that, studying it, very focused on this relationship and where it's headed. And so you see, as this family sits down to dinner, which is here in our central, we see that things are not as they appear. Not everybody shares the cup, and this has been noticed or felt, okay? And here, what lies beneath the surface is the Three of Swords, a lot of pain, grief, heartache, and this is a cycle that needs to end. And so, it is possible with the Hangman reverse that someone has made or will make a decision to make a sacrifice. It's like it cannot be put off any longer. The pain or the heartbreak or the grief could be too much. And so, despite what they feel the consequences will be, I feel that they make the decision, okay? And I feel the decision is to leave the relationship. It's almost like, yes, I know there's going to be consequences, but, and yes, I'm afraid, but it's got to be better. Whatever is out there has to be better than where I am currently. That's the impression you pick up from this card. So this is about a new beginning. Here you are, sign of Cancer. A new beginning, a judgment call, a decision here. The first lesson, and these, may help. This has been, it already has been made evident, but may not have yet been embraced, and progress can be stalled because of it. So, and it is a card of regret here. Okay? I know that I cannot change the past. The soul doesn't know time. Time is a construct of the physical dimension. To your soul, there is only one big now. Think of the past as the now that has already been created, and the future as the now that has yet to be created. You don't have the power to uncreate the past, so let that go. Your power of creation lies in your awareness of the present. You have the power to not only create your future, but also create acceptance of your past. You should realize that you are the total summation of every single experience you have had. These experiences have helped to shape you into the person that you are today. Train yourself not to judge, past events as being good or bad, but as opportunities. What have you learned from the past that will help enrich your future? Focusing on the past and letting it dictate the direction of your future is taking your power away from yourself. You are the creator. You hold the power. Reflect on the lessons of the past and use your current power to create your bright future. So the next lesson represents the energy currently present, whether you're aware of it or not, and it is trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. The earth can be a tricky place, but you've been given a tool to help you navigate through the murky waters that you are currently in, and that is your intuition. You must learn to tell the difference between ego talk and soul talk, and then trust in your soul. Once you get into the habit of following your intuition, you will come to practice that discernment externally. You will be able to know if a person or situation is trustworthy. But it all begins with listening to your inner voice. Exercise it like a muscle. And when you determine that it is always right, that wisdom will spread out and influence everything that you do. Decisions will seem easier. Your soul only wants what is best for you, and you must learn to trust it. Now, this final lesson here is a long-range lesson to be learned. So it may relate to the situation at hand, or it could be an ultimate life lesson of which the situation is just a piece of the puzzle. And so it is guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. The energy of fear has many guises to complicate your path to loving yourself. Guilt is the most devious because it is a wolf in sheep's clothing. It is a self-imposed emotion that pretends to be instructive and enlightening. Guilt can help us grow when we realize that our actions have been hurtful to others and that we need to make amends. But after we do so, though, it's time to learn from the behavior and move on. The problem arises when we hold on to a guilty feeling that serves no purpose other than promoting self-destructiveness and low self-esteem. Now, I want to point out that, where's that card? Here it is. This person here may, and this could have been the obstacle, may have been making you feel guilty, or would have done so, or would do so, to kind of guilt you into staying, if you know what I mean, okay? So pay attention to that. Like, okay, no one is perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. Guilt is not always rational, but if you examine it subjectively, act on it, and release it, it becomes a temporary emotion. Long-held guilty feelings are never good and will create a roadblock to self-love and happiness. You must continually scan your current emotions for any guilty feelings and bring them to the surface for analysis. Healthy guilt is a warning that action should be taken. Irrational guilt needs to be released. Those are the messages that I have for you. I hope you found them helpful, and I wish you all the best. I thank you for watching, for liking, and for sharing my videos, and for subscribing. Also, thank you to everyone who has sent in a donation. It is greatly appreciated. Many blessings to all of you.